Assalamualaikum. Hi guys. Today I would like to deliver chapter number 3, Bio 464, Bio 646, which is processes in ecology. This is chapter number 3. If you look at your syllabus, this is actually overall about chapter number 3, which is factors that affect distribution and abundance dispersal. So there are five sub chapters in under this chapter, which are: number 1, examples of dispersal; number 2, model of dispersal; next one, advantages of dispersal; next, fugitive species; and the last one, dispersal hypothesis. So we just now we just take a look for notes for this chapter. Okay, again, chapter number 3 about factors that limit distribution. And of course, as usual, after finish this chapter, you should be able to understand about example dispersal, modes of dispersal, advantages of dispersal. You should be able to know what is fugitive species, and you should be able to understand about dispersal hypothesis. Okay, overall OBE from this chapter, after finish this chapter, you should be able to understand, and you should be able to understand and know about the factors that affect distribution and the bundle, which is about dispersal. Okay, we move on into the slide. Of course, this is actually an introduction about dispersal. Okay, actually dispersal is actually an ecological process that affect distribution, and they're more into genetic, okay, which is about related to the reproduction, and process affecting geographic which is differentiation through distribution. And they are actually dispersal and colonize new area, more into gene flow, affect the genetic structure of the population. And as you can see from here, they are actually under the same mangrove, but the color is different. If you look at upper one, they are actually red mangrove, whereby for the below one, they are actually black mangrove. They are actually under the same type, but the location, the genetic are different, which are red and black mangrove. What example of animal dispersers? Of course, if you look at here, this is actually more into animal dispersers. Okay, some of the seeds of plant might attach to the fur or a feather of a passing animal. For example, barbed seed of plant caught in the fur of cats. Then animal will carry them away. So this is dispersers through an animal. Okay, this one seed dispersers or pollinators. Okay, for example, here is a bat. A bat is actually a bat attracted to sugary fruits, of course, and have the same taste as human, like mango and banana. So bat impact is they disturb our orchard plantation. Okay, so this is just a bat eating banana and roasting side. So next one is actually how this is figure 10.12 about dispersing and sedentary stages of organism. Of course, this is actually the same thing about this dispersing stage and sedentary stage. Okay, for example, the first one on the top, the wild blonde seeds of dandelion can disperse long distance. Okay, as can the waterborne larvae or barnacles. And the last one, juvenile spiders disperse by spinning a silken thread that catches the wind. Okay, this is actually also the same thing, just an example, different location, northern and southern. Okay, I think this one you can yourself. Okay, there are actually two problems in dispersal studies. Number 1, detailed distribution of the organism to study, and number 2, disperse but do not colonize because by biotic interaction or physical factors. Okay, if dispersal is successful, it results in gene flow. This is by Darwinian fitness. Example of dispersal, there are 5 examples here. Number 1, gypsy moth, scientific name Limantaria dispar. Number 2, American chestnut. Number 3, sea otter. Number 4, zebra mussel. And last one, African honeybee. I think number 4 and 5 you have learned this one before. So we just take a look one by one about the moth, about dispersal. Okay, disperse. So we take a look, for example, number one about this gypsy moth. Okay, what happened? This moth has introduced species. Okay, seal industry purposely introduced, purpose to make a caterpillar hybrid that could resist diseases. But some of the moth escaped from his lab. They found suitable habitat and started to multiply. So negative impact is initially found in Europe, but now in US it destroyed many timber trees. Overcome the spread, use the pheromone traps. So this is how they solve it. Okay, this is just a location about the moth. Okay, this is the moth. Okay, next one is chestnut blind fungus. This is type of fungus. Okay, chestnut blind, scientific name Tria parasitica fungus that attacks only the American chestnut tree. The tree is important component for forest. First noticed in 900, but within 40 years after the introduction of the fungus, chestnut trees were totally eliminated from their range. Why? Because the fungus kills only the above ground biomass, but roots of trunk killed after 60 years still send out shoots. Okay, so resulted in replacement by codominant trees such as oak, beech, red maples. Okay, this is actually about chestnut blind fungus. Okay, this is just a location about just chestnut fungus just now. Okay, next example number 3, sea otter. Sea otter, or scientific name is Anhydra latris, hunted to near extinction by fur traders by 1990. Because of protection lost since 1914, the range of the otters have widened, and the range expansion about 3.1 km per year from 1938 to 1972 southern range, and 1.4 km per year for the northern range. So this is actually the location how they are dispersed, how they move. Okay, so next one, I think you have learned this one before through chapter number 2 about zebra mussel, how they reproduce very rapidly and make surrounding in trouble. Okay, about African honeybee, also the same thing. I think you have learned before through chapter number 2, so I don't need to repeat it again. I think you can read by yourself. Okay, I think I'm going to stop now. Thank you.